Hey everyone, this is Micaiah Costin with the Athletes section. We're back with another episode. Today we have a special guest who went to Loyola Marymount University and played baseball for the team. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Daalen Adderley from Nassau, Bahamas. Went to Loyola Marymount. Been to 4 different schools. Played college baseball at the D2, JUCO, and D1 levels. So and I do a lot of stuff on social media. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, nice. That's actually how I found, we're going to get into that for sure. That's actually how I found you on social media. That's how I find a lot of the athletes that I reach out to. And things that you posted kind of maybe be like, wait a minute, let me go and reach out to him and see, if you like to hop on and kind of just tell his story a little bit. So I'm very excited to have you on.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I saw a little bit that you played left fielder, shortstop, right fielder positions at LMU. And I think you mentioned that also the first 2 years you was kind of like bouncing around those positions as well.
Yeah, at LMU, I started when I got there. I wanted to be a second baseman. I started there, and then they switched me up to third base, and then I ended up in the outfield. So it was kind of just maneuvering to see where I fit best with the team, and how could I play every day. So they saw me best in the outfield to play every day.
Nice. And before LMU, you were at Texas Southern University?
Yes, before LMU, I was at Texas Southern SWAC conference. It was in smack dab middle of Houston. Good, it was
Wow.
good vibes. Loved it. Like, it was a great experience.
That is so good. We're definitely going to get into that because I know you mentioned that you played JUCO and a few other schools as well before getting to that route. But I kind of want to start in the beginning. You're from the Bahamas, right? You're Bahamian. Well, can you kind
Yeah,
of like
Bahamian.
explain? Yeah.
Don't be scared. You can say it.
I don't want to say the wrong word. Bahamian.
Yeah, it's Bahamian. It's Bahamian.
Bahamian. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't butcher that. I was like, whoop, too late. I already started off.
No,
Okay.
no worries.
Cool beans. So can you tell me a little bit about that experience? And then you went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, McCallie High School after that?
Yeah, I did. I guess where I can start is like, I played baseball obviously in the Bahamas. My mom was like, I was pretty good. My mom was like, "Hey, do you want to go to boarding school?" And I was like, "Why? That's where bad kids go." And she
Like,
was
what are you
like,
trying to say?
"Yeah, I know, right? Like, what you trying to say?" But she she said, "Nah, to get a good education and to um, play baseball professionally, because when you're in a small place like the Bahamas, you can get on this kind of pedestal when you play against people all over and over and over again. So we just kind of saw it as, hey, let's go against the world. You may be good here, but you might not be good, you know, over here, and that's going to create some challenges and see if I truly want to pursue this life. So I feel like in her eyes, she wanted me to play baseball. She knew I loved it, but she wanted me to get a good education. I think that was the main thing.
Right.
So that's what happened. We got a consultant. He sent my information out, like swing, all that. McCallie was one of the schools to reply back, and yeah, they gave the most, and we just ended up going with that one. So yeah, and then I was in Chattanooga. And yeah, and when I saw I didn't even visit. That's the funny thing. I did not visit at all. I just saw pictures, and I was like, and I met up with somebody. His name is Logan Russell. I met him at his house, and he went to McCallie. He was a soccer player there. And with me meeting his family and everything, like it was kind of a no-brainer of us going to the school. So yeah, so it kind of went on from there.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Are you glad you kind of left the Bahamas to kind of experience that in the States, just Chattanooga in general?
Yeah, it's just the opportunities that opened up, the great friends that I've met, like from Atlanta, in Tennessee as well. Like, just I have family all over. Like, just being able to, have this experience. I have families in so many states that, if I do like if I have some sort of altercation in like Kentucky, like I know exactly who to call, you know? So I think the experiences, besides the baseball part, it's like just the people that I've met and just good people, man, like of all diasporas, and just being able to call them family.
Yeah, that's definitely special to have, especially like in different places. You have people to have your back, and that's very important to have that support system and family wherever you go. So, people are there for you. So I like that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
for sure.
So how did you develop that passion for baseball? How did that come about?
That's a good one. Good question. My mama played softball. She was pretty good. I do remember playing softball, but my brother as well, his name is Shay. My brother, he played baseball as well, and I do remember him playing baseball. And it's just a lot of my family members was just into sports. So, yeah, my mom kind of got me into it, and she used to say I used when I was younger. I don't remember this, but she said I used to just hit the ball really far when I was a kid, and when she would throw it to me in the backyard. So I think she kind of already knew that was
Mm,
kind of in me. So I think that's where it started from. It's just seeing my family members do it, and then
yeah.
I kind of just follow suit. And I think it's also my mom didn't want me like she didn't want me like in the streets, like just I don't want to say like my streets was bad, but like she just didn't want me like distracted, you know. She wanted
Right.
me to be focused, have extracurricular activities, not wandering, bored, doing too much. Like she kept me on a schedule every day, and it kept me like in line, and I didn't want to disappoint her, like so
Yeah.
one of those
That's
things.
so sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
And where is your dad in the picture?
My dad, I would say he's kind of out of the picture at this point in my life. Like he's in it now, but he was out of it at this point. It was kind of just me being raised by my mom, and
Okay.
she kind of held the trailer. She did all that she
Nice. Hold
could,
it
and
down.
yeah, held it down. Like nah, for real. Like she held it down. Made sure that I like everything I went through college, all that like was with her. Like that's my one of my cornerstones. Like that she been there for me. So yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's so sweet. Very special for sure. And how many siblings do you have and how close are you guys?
I'm more closer with my brother, but I have one, two, three, four. I think four. Yeah, four. Nah, yeah, four. Yeah, four. Four. I have my older brother, my two sisters, and my younger brother. But the two
Okay.
sisters and my younger brother are on my dad's side, and my brother is my full biological brothers. But yeah.
Okay, nice. And y'all are pretty close?
Yeah, me and him are really close, and the younger brother, I'm really close with him because I always wanted uh, I guess a younger sibling. I
Hmm.
was the youngest before my younger brother, but I always wanted to just be in his life, let him know that he has a brother that's there for him and loves him regardless. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually about to go see him this weekend. So yeah, just to be a
Oh,
part of
that's
his
so
life.
nice.
Yeah, my older brother is 30, so like, that's kind of the same age as my other sisters. So they kind of like married, got kids, like
Yeah.
so
Got a whole
yeah.
life.
Yeah, a whole other
Yeah.
life. So right now I'm just focused on my little brother and my older brother, of course.
Okay, that's nice. And I know you said your brother played baseball. Does your younger brother also play baseball after you guys?
No, my brother, he kind of stopped. I don't know why he stopped, but he kind of stopped early. I was the only one that really took it far.
Hmm.
I'm sure he could have too if he wanted to. But my younger brother, from all that I know, that he likes the band. Like he is not into anything sports. So, I mean, I guess that's just the card that he pulled. So,
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
hey, not mad at it.
yeah,
That's him.
I'm mad at it. So it's definitely different being from a
Yeah,
kind of sport
I feel
centric
that.
family. So yeah,
Right. I feel like there's always that one who like turns away from that. Like, okay, all in the sports, y'all do that. I'm gonna do something else. Maybe I'm into robotics. Maybe I'm into like music. Like, there's always that one or two, sibling in that family who ventures off and does that, I feel like.
Yeah, nah, yeah, he definitely did that. I would not expect band
That is
at all.
funny. Wow. Okay, well that's pretty cool. That's pretty solid, nice foundation. I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of taking it a little further now, after growing up in Bahamas, then moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee, playing at Macaulay, you went the JUCO route before you go into Loyola. Can you kind of tell us about how that came about?
I actually went to the D2 and then I went to the
Oh,
JUCO. But
okay.
I guess I'll talk about the D2 first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went to, it was a very stressful time. I didn't have that much offers out of high school. And the offers that I think the biggest offer that I probably had was Samford. It was in Alabama, and
Yeah.
that was the only D1 school I had at that point. And I was a good player in high school, had a lot of raw talent, but it needed to be like more consistent. Uh, so
Mm,
I really needed a lot of refinement, if that makes sense. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, it was very stressful during that time. I think I went to like a showcase or something, and the D2 Tusculum University, they saw me, and they wanted me to hop on board with what they had going on. And you know, I visited the school. It wasn't that far from Macaulay. It was like, I mean, it was 6 hours, but it's still in Tennessee. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I went there, and it wasn't it wasn't half bad. Like it wasn't the best, but I saw myself building a future there, and I
Mm,
really loved the coach. I was really more there for the coach. He really influenced me in my decision making, and he just was genuine, and it's hard to see that in a lot of people, just to be like genuine to their players, and just I felt as though he was telling me the truth with what he was promising me. So,
yeah.
but in this day and age, coaches can tell you anything just to make you sign that contract. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Right. Just sign it. Just sign the papers. Yeah.
yeah,
I
just
feel
sign.
that. And that's very important, I think, to have a coach who, like, also, like a family, have your back and just there for you. So that's really good. And I know a lot of people go to certain schools just because of that coach. Okay, the program may be okay, but I know this coach has my, like, this coach will have my best interest in heart. So that definitely makes a big difference in the people's experience.
Right, right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was focused on, just playing as soon as I got there. So, and he kind of assured me like, hey, if you do your thing, like you'll be our starting shortstop.
So, did you have what adjustments did you have to make coming from D2 to JUCO and then going to your other universities? What type of, I know, was it pretty much day and night, or like what kind of adjustments did you have to make? Was it kind of like, no, I'm just picking up where I left off? How was that for you?
I think it got more taxing mentally than necessarily physically, because I was always a hard worker. I was always a hard worker, and just my hard working didn't stop. Like every transition that I made, like that work was still there, and I just kept continuing to put in that work. And like I didn't party, I didn't do anything like that was off the road, off the path. So I was really just focused on getting to the MLB and getting to the getting to that highest level that I could get to. So I would say the biggest transition was probably like the coaching. Definitely like mentally adjusting to each coach is important, and being able to make certain decisions on what you need to do, what you don't need to do. And I mean, just environment too, because like my first two schools, the Tusculum and then Wabash, was my JUCO. When I went to Texas Southern, it was like a whole change. It was like, dang, I started in, grasslands and cows and just in the middle of nowhere. And then I transitioned to a whole, the largest, I think it's the largest city, in America or whatever, but one of them. And it's just, when I had that, it's like, distractions, like just staying on task, like being, being into what I know that I'm here for, so,
Right.
That's definitely like the transition that I had to understand. But when I got to LA, I was used to Houston, so that distraction aspect I already kind of conquered, and just trying to, figure it out in LA, you know.
Right. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice, unique journey up there as well. So that's really good. And I know you mentioned the MLB. Is MLB still a goal that you have in mind, or has anything changed or switched since then?
I mean, it's still a goal. It definitely is. Like, it's definitely in the back of my mind. Um, because I'm still waking up every day, still grinding, still practicing, still trying to, stay in shape, for the opportunity that may come up, and looking for independent ball clubs that may want to
Yeah.
take me in and, see a future with me. However, like, you know, I'm just glad during that time of like just reflecting on, cause like at LMU, that was probably my worst season that I had. Like out of all the seasons that I had, of course, the last one is not the best one. And, I had to like
Hmm.
adjust and be like, you know what, bro, like it may not have went your way, but you're more than just a baseball player. Like you've cultivated certain skills with the content, people that you've met, like your degree, like just all sorts of education that you've received along this path. So don't keep yourself stuck on this one thing. Like, by God's grace, if He allows you to continue playing,
Yeah.
bro, let's do it. But, I have to keep moving on with my life. So not to say like, oh, baseball is just a no, but trust me, if an
Right.
opportunity comes, I'm hopping right on it. But, right now I'm kind of doing both. I'm, applying for certain jobs. Like right now, I'm doing a job with Warstick, the bat company, a baseball bat company, and they are hiring like content creators. So really, we're actually at the end of the program. So during that, we had to like give like different videos, and they decipher who's the person that they want to handle their content creation on their channel. So just as I said, just trying to see what else I'm good at, and that's kind of
Right.
what I've been focused on. And I also have an opportunity coming up in mid October, that I'm going to play for the Bahamas in a tournament. So just hoping maybe something comes out
Okay.
of that, or just keep playing. Yeah, just keep playing.
Yeah.
So I'm only 23 at the end of the day, so I just gotta keep that in mind that, bro, it could happen next year, it could happen in the next month. Just stay
Right.
ready, right? So
Yeah. That's that stay ready so you don't have to worry about getting ready. It's what they say.
yeah, yeah, perfect way to put it.
And it's very like that's such a common like thing to have in the back of your mind, especially I'm also 23. Being we're young, but it feels like no, I'm 23. I'm seeing everybody else doing all these big things. I need to make sure I'm on the grind, make sure I'm doing this, make sure I'm at least by this level by now. But it's like you said, it's all God's timing at the end of the day, and anything can happen from now until like next week. I can get a call and all of a sudden my life changes, so you just really never know how the cards unfold and how God kind of has it destined for your life. So I'm glad that you're still
Right.
keeping the faith and still working and still just like, out there doing you and getting ready for the next season of your life for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't put it more perfect than what you just said. So yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna touch on your content in a minute because I do want to tap into that. I saw that you got I'm gonna make sure I'm saying this the SWAC player and hit and athlete of the year
Yeah,
or hitter.
SWAC player of the year, SWAC hitter of the year, first team all conference,
Yeah.
all American. It was like
Woo.
everything. It was like
Wow. How
everything.
did it feel to get that honor? Like how did they deliver that news to you that you received all of those?
We were at this kind of we were at the it was playoffs, and it's like the SWAC playoffs. We was playing at Georgia Tech, and their field is beautiful. And we were sitting in the stands, and it was kind of like the award ceremony. So we had all of that happening, and they once they mentioned like who were the best at their positions, and when they got to like the bigger awards, SWAC player of the year, SWAC hitter of the year, like they just say it, and then there was like SWAC hitter of the year, Daalen Adderley, and all the teammates, they got hype and went down and walked because you have to walk down on the field to get your award. And like as I'm walking down, they're saying, and SWAC player of the year, Daalen Adderley, and I'm like, whoa, like
Wait a
it was
minute, wait a
crazy.
minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like two at one time. Like even the lady who was giving me my award, like the first one, the hitter award, she gave it to me, and then I guess she was waiting for like the player of the year, and then I was like, "Hey, that's mine too," and she's like, "Oh, here
That's
you
me.
go." I was like, it was surreal, man, because my teammates, I loved my teammates at Texas Southern. Like they were just genuine people, and someone you would invite to your cookout with, so I appreciate those boys. So they always supported me, and they always had the best interest for me, and I had the best interest for them. I don't want to say everything's on me, but I just always I appreciated that group.
Yeah. Wow, that's really nice. I love that. That's a great story, and that's funny that she was waiting on someone, and it was you. It's like, yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
That's good. Love that. So kind of now typing into your content creation, I guess I have a few questions on that because I know I mentioned earlier, I found you on TikTok and I was like, let me reach out to this guy. Like he seems really interesting to, talk to. He seems very charismatic. What kind of prompted you to go into content creation? First question, but then also I know that you do a lot of player development and baseball related content along with your Christ-centered content. How do you combine the two, and what do you want viewers to kind of get from your page?
Okay, I'll start with how I started. It was more so like,
That's a really lengthy question. Sorry.
nah, yeah, and you just remind me if I didn't answer a part of it that you asked, but I started with I started at Texas Southern because at my first two colleges, I didn't do content. I was kind of like, bro, that's for wimps. That's for people who don't have no life. Like, I just one of them guys, like, just, like, just ignored it, but didn't see like the fruit of what content could be. So I just ignored it. And then when I got to Texas Southern, like, I had really, like, if you go down my stats from Tusculum to Wabash and JUCO, like, I had really good numbers. And the fact that I didn't like, I just had no traffic of like scouts, being able to, get scouted and, get drafted. Like I had nobody on me. So I was like, maybe kind of like a Max Clark, like he's another content creator who plays professional baseball, but like, it was just like man, you got to make content so you can get your name, your face, everything out there, like just point blank, period. Like, and
Yeah.
it was a side of me like that was like, I want the cool gear too, but it was like, but
Your sponsorships in there.
yeah, there's sponsorships in there, but like, that was the main thing. Like, I just wanted to get exposure. Like, I want people to know my name. I want to walk on the field, and not just because of my play. Obviously I wanted to be mainly because of my play, but like, I have a face, I have an identity. Like, I'm a baseball player. Like, people know me. So it started on TikTok. I started with that, and then I transitioned to Instagram because I felt like that was more of a platform for me to express more of my personable sides, because TikTok kind of feels like everybody copying each other, and
That's true.
it didn't resonate with like who I was or what I was trying to be. So I felt like Instagram was more of a platform for me and how I wanted to do my content. So yeah, I mean, just bringing in the Christ Center thing. Like, I mean, I've been struggling with my faith since I started baseball. Like, just being in it and just trying to like, rely on God. But like, it was like a lukewarm Christian, bro. Like, I was in it, but I really wasn't in the word for real. So it kind of cultivated when I was at LMU, because that was my worst season. So, I kind of cultivated that faith. Like, I need to get closer to God. And, as I was going through my trials, like I had people, helping me out, talking to me. Antoine Richardson, he's someone that helped me. He's with the New York Mets, and he's kind of like my mentor. Like he helped me through that period, like just trying to, you know, figure it out and like how to approach the rest of the season, even though I wasn't doing as well as how I came in there. Like I came into LMU and I was doing phenomenal, and then as the season started, it was just like a whole different situation. So yeah, that's kind of why I started to cultivate my faith into my content, because that if I don't bring that aspect into it, I'll be lying to everybody that follows me, that is a part of my journey. Like that like
Right.
God, Jesus, it really like held me down during those times, because it was dark, man, because I was like, dang, like this is my last year and it just didn't go my way. So
Yeah.
I had to, bring that, incorporate that into my content. Because when I went to, because after LMU, I went to the Northwoods League, which is a really good league for summer baseball. And I with the time that I was there, the same time that I played at LMU, like the same like games and that I played in the Northwoods, and I was able to like have a different season, just have a whole different turnaround. I was in my word every day. I was praying. I was, talking to God a lot, and just cultivating a whole new me. And yeah, it was like a whole new result came out of it. It was like it was hard competition. It wasn't like I was playing against scrubs, so like it was hard competition, and it really molded me into what I'm doing right now, which is like the baseball. On top of that, with the Christian side of it, I want to put more of it, but in the algorithm, you gotta kind of slowly put it into it. But I know that was a long answer, but
No,
yeah,
that's good. That's good. That helped
yeah,
me kind of like vision like how you planned everything out and mapped it, and also letting things go with the flow with it. So I enjoyed that. That's a lot of times how it works, especially as an athlete, where they might start off one way and they say, "Well, let me go ahead and incorporate this thing about myself in there as well, so people can kind of get to know me a little bit more and kind of get a face with the name and face with the game." So I do enjoy that, and that's how I found you. So I'm sure a lot of other media companies and other like brands and deals will also find you that way as well. So that's really
yeah,
great.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. On your Instagram bio, you have Hebrews 12:11 on there. What, and I know it talks about discipline. What, why did you choose that specific verse? And kind of on a deeper level, what does it mean to you?
I mean, it's really like Hebrews 12. It is talking about discipline, and I chose that one specifically because it really resonates with, like, as I told you, like my hard working, like regardless of what situation I'm in, like I'm waking up, I'm getting stuff done, like that. It's just my whole personality in that one verse. And it may not be, it's a specific part of it that says, no hard work is pleasant. And
Right.
is that part that really got me. No hard work is pleasant, but in the end it will yield good fruit. So
Mm.
that's the part that I'm like, man, like if that doesn't describe my baseball journey in like one verse, I don't know what else does, because that literally sums me up. I remember talking to one of my friends, Shaw. He went to Macaulay with me, and I talked to him about that verse. I was like, bro, if there's one verse in the Bible that describes me, it was like it's that. And he's like, yeah, bro, like you telling the truth. And it was just, yeah, I would say, yeah, that one is like, that's something that I hold close to me. That one verse, because it's me in one
Yeah.
scripture.
I like that. It is definitely a reminder that I always have to keep in mind. When I saw it, I was like, let me look and make sure I know what this says. And I was like, wow, that's life. You just go through all kinds of things. And the more you grow, you're never going to stop learning. even though it feels like I should be at this place by now, you're never going to stop learning and growing. And you'll have to go through certain challenges and certain disciplines in order to get it right, because we don't have it all ourselves. And we think
Right.
that, okay, it's just something that we go through, but it's not anything that's fun or, like you said, pleasant to go through. However, at the end, the fruits of our labor will be reaped, you know? So
Yeah,
that's
that
definitely
does show.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're almost out of time. So we're down to our last question. That time went by so quick. It always
Yeah, good.
does.
Hey, man. Hey, at least it flowed well. Shoot.
It did flow really well. I'm enjoying this conversation for sure. What is a piece of advice? It can be one or two things. It depends, up to you. What's a piece of advice you'll give an athlete who's going through the same thing you went through, or even where you are right now, where they're just going through life and hoping that they can get to the next level, but still, doing them in the meantime.
Um, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think something that I've been doing is like just putting my need on Jesus, putting my need on Christ, because I think that's just so big. Like if I put my needs in humans, like they're gonna fail me at some point. What can't fail me, and that's Jesus. So, I mean, people may say it's cliche, but like that's something that I really hold dear to my heart, and like the promises. Like when I read Scripture, like I really believe it, and God doesn't go against his word. So I really like believe what is being said. So, people who are going through similar situations that I'm going through, like, bro, just keep going. Find new things that you like. Don't stop with the baseball. If love baseball, go find a way. Contact coaches, do like what I'm doing. Keep doing things. Keep asking God for advice and direction, guidance, all of that. But at the same time, like you can't get yourself caught up in this one sport as though it made you who you are. And that's something that I had to wrestle with when, especially in my early years. Like I loved baseball. Like baseball, it's kind of like baseball was my God, if that makes sense, But I believed in Jesus on those moments, but I really didn't prioritize Jesus. So I think that's what I tell people. Like you can't have this thing as though it's the only thing that defines who you are, because that it really doesn't. Like it's at the end of the day, you gonna die someday. Like we don't remember people that was born thousands, even 5-10 years ago. Like we just don't.
Right.
It just doesn't matter at that point. You just got to keep going on with your life, because your life is important to you. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I enjoyed that. Was very impactful. Thank you so much again for hopping on and agreeing to speak with me. Where can people find you on your TikTok and your Instagram?
My TikTok is at daytalk242, and then my Instagram is DAE_DAY 242. And then my YouTube, which I recently started, is Adderley Central. So yeah, I think that's all I got right here. I think that's
Okay,
all I got.
nice. Nice. Well, I have full confidence that things are gonna just start, doors are just gonna start opening for you, and you're gonna just make a big impact out here in this world. So I really have full confidence in that.
Thank you, Makai. I appreciate it. Any good words help.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
it.
Speaking encouragement, speaking out there to existence. Habakkuk 2:2, write down a vision, make it plain. Like it's gonna happen.
For sure. Thank you.
But yes, but thank you so much again. And I hope you enjoyed getting on this episode and can't wait for the next one.
For sure.